Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of this community. And if so inclined, please like and subscribe to the channel and the video, blah, 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 however that works for you. And if you don't want to, that's fine too. I know there's a lot of people who watch that don't subscribe and acknowledge it. So it is what it is. Everybody has their own reasons. So my name's Holly, psychic medium, energy reader. And so start with the vibe of the day. Then we'll move into some cards, tarot and oracle, so that I use them as a tool to listen to the voice of spirit for general readings. And this is a general reading. Please understand that. Okay. Only take what resonates and don't work to try to make things fit. Okay. Um, the vibe for the day. Immediately gravitated toward my Trust the Process mug. And I started hearing messages really quickly. There were a few. One is the first one that I heard, and I always specifically ask for the collective, what are the messages or the message for the majority of the people watching for the collective? So, what I heard was, as far as trust the process specifically, there are things at play that you don't know about, and that I feel like is more in your personal life. So, there are things at play that you don't know about in your personal life, and it could be twofold. One, on one side of it, there are people, and I heard the word, who are plotting, and that's a negative connotation. But I also heard there were people planning, and they made a distinction between those two words. Planning means putting a plan of action into play, and it feels like it's going to be for the betterment of all. Plotting, just what it sounds like. It sounds like a scheme, and it sounds like a con. So be careful of that. But I do feel like there is also a group that is connected to the collective that has good intentions and are putting good energy and vibes into the world. Your energy is of critical importance right now in terms of your personal life, professional life, the life of the country, and the life of the world as a as a unit. You know, not as individuals necessarily. We've been coming from a place of individuality, and we need to be individuals. And I don't know where this is coming from, so I'm just going to keep talking. Um, but right now, we need to put our energy together into a pool, almost like a gift to the earth. That's what I'm hearing. So whatever that means to you. Um, I also heard as a separate message coming through that protect your health. So whatever you need to do to protect your health, whether it's watching where you walk, not compromising your safety or wellness. And I don't mean where in the world you walk, but literally where you put your feet, make sure you're walking on stable ground. And also just watch out for your health, because your health is going to be critically important in the coming days, weeks, and I'm hearing months. So something about access. So I don't know if there's going to be an issue with personal health care or medication, whatever it is. So make sure you are eat the right foods, drink the right things that are good for you. Now, sometimes what's good for your soul might be a little different than what's good for your body. And I understand that. And just remember that moderation is the key. Um, Frankly, my two downfalls are anything with chocolate and pizza. Both really bad for me. But that's good for my soul. Well, not my soul, but emotionally. That's entirely emotional eating on my part. But as long as you do it in moderation and it isn't impacting you negatively. Okay, but do whatever you can to ring in this new year. And this is what I'm hearing: ring in the new year with health and vitality. That will entirely be your call. And it's going to have to do with what we surround ourselves with and food. Something about nourishing. How are you nourishing your body? So that's going to be important. Okay. All right, let's move on to the reading part. So, hold on a minute. I need a little sip here. Hello, baby. One of my kitty cats is here. Hi, baby. She was playing with her toy and howling earlier. Man, that's good. Okay, so we are going to use the Golden Wheel Tarot, and it's based in Slavic fairy tale or mythology rather than fairy tales. They're a narrow deck, but they're a really long deck. So they do get a little difficult to... Okay, they said I was going to put them back in the box, the ones that fell out when I just randomly started shuffling, and I know I'm not... Sometimes I'm a sloppy shuffler, but not that sloppy. And as soon as I tried to put them back in, I just heard nope, and they flew off the table, or at least one did. So, all right, well, we'll keep those, and we'll keep these. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 cards. I do feel like change is a-coming. Change is a-brewing. Ooh, look at that. And on top of the deck, the King of Wheels. Wheels, pentacles, coins, shields, sunflowers, whatever it is. All the same thing. And I'm going to put my glasses on. Hold on just a minute here for me. Okay. So they said we'll be finished with that deck. One more. Yeah, the moon. Things at play that we don't know about. Okay. All right, so the wheel. Or the King of Wheels. Not to be confused with Wheel of Fortune. So the King of Pentacles or King of Shields. And there, notice, is a sun on this shield or wheel. I'm just throwing out every word possible for that, aren't I? And he is guarding his heart and even using a couple of fingers to tap on his heart with it. That's significant. I'm going to put that aside for just a minute. We're going to come back to it. Let's take a look at the other cards that came out first. Okay. Wow. Okay. Yeah. All right. So we have the Lovers, Knight of Wands, and perhaps it's just the way this is depicted, which I love the imagery on the cards, but look at the front half and the back half of that horse. I know we're supposed to be seeing it as an angle, so it would look smaller in the back, but what I heard was someone is coming in strongly, but will go out weakly. So someone is coming in with a lot of ferocity, almost like a roaring lion, but they will leave meekly and defeated. So if that brings anyone any comfort, I hope it does. It does me. Because I think that was a separate message other than what this spread is about. All right, so first we had the Lovers, then the Knight of Wands. Look at that one. Dun, dun, dun. Tower. And look at all the large black birds around it. Spirit is stepping in. And there's going to be a change. I'm hearing change of fortune, change of direction. The winds are going to blow through. I know those are supposed to be crows, but I keep in my mind getting vultures, black vultures. And they don't just eat the dead meat and the rotten flesh like a lot of turkey vultures do. They will go in and sometimes eat live flesh too. So they will go in and take care of business for us. Thank you. Something, and I'm hearing, is going to be destroyed from the inside out. This could be something in a personal situation or a world situation, whatever it is. It is going to combust and destroy itself from within. The message is you keep being you. Be in love with your life and who you are. Don't settle for less. Stay true to yourself and your beliefs and stand strong. Because there is judgment coming, and that's the next card. And when judgment comes, it's not going to be from us. Everyone has to answer for their actions. Do you want to be on the outside or the inside of this burning situation? How we treat others, how we treat the weakest among us. I have always said, always, the way we treat the weakest among us. That is the way. If there is a judgment, that is how we would be judged. Queen of Wheels. That's what we are ending on here. And we've got a matching pair here. So we've got the Queen of Wheels and the King of Wheels that we started out with. I'm hearing complete pair or complete unit. A completeness will take place. So there will be a blending to two halves and two sides of things. So two opposing sides will come together for a blending. Tell me what else I need to know about this, please. This feels important, and it feels like it's going to ramp up and happen really quickly. 3 to 7 months. That doesn't feel quick, but in the grand scheme of things, it is. So 3 to 7 months. What's going to happen in 3 to 7 months? So within 3 to 7 months, maybe a little less than exactly 3 from this date. So I'm thinking, to put it in perspective for where I am right now, that would be like, I'm thinking, yeah, I keep seeing a 4 in the word April or April. So I see April. So somewhere from the second week of April to onward. Okay, so that would be the 3-month mark. So 3 to 7 months. 6 is going to be the tower moment. Carry-on. I keep hearing that. Carry-on. Or carry-on. Not like carry-on luggage, that's my accent. Carry-on. So the vulture. See it and believe it in your mind, that goodness and mercy will win. You know, I'm not but I just keep hearing goodness and mercy will follow me all the days of my life. All right. I think in the end that's a positive message, but there is the caveat from the beginning messages of watch your health, protect your health, stay strong because you need to be strong. Anything that weakens you will deplete you, and that will damage your energetic field and make you vulnerable to prey. Prey. Okay? Yes, we are about to engage in an energetic. Look, y'all, I'm just going to put it out there. I keep hearing it over and over again. There's going to be an energetic battlefield going on, so you got to be strong for it. Energetically, you are powerhouses, so you got to be strong for this, okay? And you don't have to do anything but sit in your spot, in your favorite chair, and that's how it's going to work, you know? But you've got to be strong. You've got to be strong, okay? And it doesn't mean physically. That means or it can in the fact that you're not sick or your judgment is clouded. Something about your judgment being clouded is going to be important. What is this? King of Cups. Oh, this is the Idyl's Tarot. And this is the King of Cups. Look at that water and the lightning bolts and the stormy sea. Okay, so what else? What can you tell me about that, Spirit? A storm is brewing. A storm is brewing. It's okay to take cover, but understand that if you want it to be, you could be the lightning. Wow. Hmm. Holy moly, I'm just processing that. A storm is brewing. Do you want to hide or do you want to be the lightning? Wow. I gotta add that in the title somehow. Man, you all are, I'm serious. Don't underestimate how strong you are and how powerful you are in this process. All right, well, let's see what else we've got. Let's get on to something else, because that is a heavy reading. And I would really like to find out what else is going on. What is going, because that's like a 3 to 7 month situation in reading. Okay, pull this one. The High Priestess. Look at that. Yeah, I think that's confirming. Male, female, it doesn't matter. You have the ability to change things with a thought. Ha! Said open it up to the middle of the deck. The Tower. And this one's on fire. A raging fire too. And a crown is coming down. You have the ability to change things with a thought. Death. The Magician. Queen of Cups. And the Hermit. And moving quickly. 8 of Cups. Or not Cups. Wands. All right. So yeah, I don't know if they're going to let me get off this reading. Tell you what we're going to do. Let's go to the Pulp Tarot. This is my kind of in-your-face deck. Not in a bad way, but it's like, you want a reading? I'll give you a reading. You know? So, what is the message for the collective? Let's talk about, I want a message for the collective who needs to hear something specifically about a personal life. Let's do that, because we need to change this energy up a little bit, because that's a pretty intense and heavy reading. Is there anything you have to say about personal life, career, family, whatever it is? 6 of Cups. Going back to what makes you happy. So someone is going to, I'm hearing someone is going to find their strength in who they know they are, who they've always been, but maybe who they have had to try to, they've had to try to change themselves a little bit to fit in. You don't have to change yourself. Just remember that. Okay. This is still kind of about, okay. So we have the 6 of Cups, we have the 9 of Cups, and then we have the 7 of Swords. So instead of stealing away and hiding yourself away, it's okay. You just put yourself right out there and be you. Remember what you... Again, we had a reading similar to this not too long ago, but it's not so much what did you want to be when you grew up, when you were a kid, but when you were a little kid, what was the thing you looked forward to the most as an adult? Think about that, because I'm going to bet a lot of it will be this notion of freedom. So why hide who you are? Why hide what you know to be true about yourself and your life? If this is where you are with the 2 of Swords, crossed, blindfolded, afraid to stand up and move, yeah. And yet again, the moon coming up. Well, if not now, when? Okay, and this one, the 6 of Swords. It's time to take action and move. And it could be a literal move, but I mean move away from things. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Move away from stagnant waters. Move away from stagnation, and you will find your peace and your strength. That's what I'm hearing. Again, when you are completely strong within yourself and your knowledge of who you are, that is when nothing can touch you. Not really. No one can control your mind and your thoughts unless you give that power away. We may not have a choice sometimes with our physical surroundings, but what happens in your mind is entirely yours. And that will lead you somewhere else. The Three of Wands, and this is someone on another planet. Okay, someone very far away is watching. And someone very far away, I just heard, so this could go back to that first message too, about on the one hand there's someone plotting or a group plotting, on the other hand there's someone or a group planning. Two different vibes. This one with the, well, I just put it in there, the Three of Wands from another planet, someone from afar is watching. And what I heard was waiting for you to fall. I don't think so. One, don't give anyone that satisfaction. Now, if it's something you don't want to do, then don't do it. But if it is, you know what? No, I don't think so. Nobody has the right. That's the same as a manipulation tactic because they are sending negative energy onto your head and your life. And that is just not right and not fair. All right, so let's get a read on that. That's interesting. That's a new take on a little bit of a variation on this theme. And I'm sorry we don't have a super positive one today, but it's positive in that you are strong enough to say, well, exactly what you need to say. And no one, like from the movie, no one puts baby in a corner. That's right. So why go stand there on your own? Don't put yourself in a corner is the message. All right. Okay. What do we have here? I need my glasses again. I took them off too soon. Hold on. Huh. This is odd. Okay. This is the Hierophant. You know what it reminds me of? The stars coming out of the crown chakra. It actually reminds me from The Wizard of Oz and Glinda the Good Witch. You know how she's got that big giant tower hat? And it looks like it's full of gauze and stars. But then he's got a labyrinth underneath. And I just made a short about a walking meditation at a labyrinth. And so that's kind of interesting. You, and what I'm hearing is you hold the power of peace and the cosmos within you. So this Hierophant means something totally different in this deck and in this particular reading. So if someone is waiting for you to fall or fail, they're going to be waiting a really long time, and they're just going to show themselves for what they are, because you are the true, I'm hearing, keeper of wisdom and truth. Okay? You understand that what is above you and what is below you, you are the bridge. And very often that's used as a message in mediumship, being a bridge between two worlds. You are a bridge in your own life. There are a lot of people who are not happy about you stepping out, stepping up. There are a lot of people who are trying to use you, and you're just not going to have it. All right, Three of Pentacles. This has something to do with work. In this instance, it has something to do with work. Watch who you're working with and watch what their motivations are. Interesting. Are they trying to bring you in to use you, or do they want to, or what is, who cares about them? What is your motivation? What do you want? Because we're focusing on the other negative energy when you are clearly the Hierophant, when you are clearly the King and the Queen of Pentacles, when you are clearly the bridge. So what do you want to do? And that's a good question to ask yourself. So I think that's what this card is stating. What is it that you want? And what is it that you need to do? How are you going to be the bridge? And what do you want to bridge together? What do you want to link together? The Ace of Pentacles. It will bring you wellness. And I'm saying wellness instead of prosperity because I do believe it will be wellness in all ways. But you're the only star. That Three of Pentacles was when the chaos ensued. Rely on yourself to know what to do and be for some of you, you're about to start your own business and you're about to be your own boss. Now, when I first saw this, my immediate reaction was the Star card. It isn't, but it might as well be. It's going to be the Star card with not you wishing for something to happen, but making it happen. Yeah, that was on the, I don't even know what card that is, but what is it? Nine of Wands. You are divinely guided and protected. You have the sun behind you. You have the yin and the yang. This is definitely a bridge card, okay, or linking card. All right. So, not through wishing, but action. And that can be through thought, through planning, through preparation. Maybe you're the one planning rather than the others who are plotting. Okay? All right. Odd reading, but you know what? I think we needed to get this one out there and out of the way because I think what's coming after this is going to be, it's going to be fast and it's going to be interesting. And ultimately, it's going to take us to a good place. But they want me to go back to what I was saying earlier. We can't, and you can do whatever you want. This is general reading. But what I'm hearing is that no one is disposable. We have to learn to empower each other, and that is when the real victory happens. Okay. Cheers. Let's get on with it. But yeah, there's this, I keep seeing the two words, plotting versus planning. Who are you surrounding yourself with? And what are your motivations? There's a whole lot of stuff going on, man. A whole lot. I'm sending love and gratitude to all of you. And thank you for your messages and your comments. And thank you so much for commenting on each other's comments. It's a small group, but there's a core group, and you all do that, and I love it so much. We need to support each other, and that's what you do. Thank you. All right, I got a million things to do right now, so I'm gonna get started. I'm gonna get to it. I used to tell people, look, if there's something you don't want to do, just get to it and get through it. That's my bumper sticker line. One step in front of the other. All right. Greatest love and affection for all of you. Thank you. Bye-bye.